It was 3 a.m. when the break-in shattered the quiet of our suburban home in a quiet corner of suburban Atlanta. I caught our HOA president sneaking through my living room with a set of copied keys, convinced she could bully a widowed retiree like me into submission. But Karen Mitchell had no idea my son had just come back from his tour of duty, ready to turn the tables in ways she'd never forget. What unfolded next became the talk of our neighborhood for years, a showdown that exposed secrets, tested loyalties, and reminded everyone that some fights aren't worth starting. 5 years had passed since my wife Susan died in that terrible highway crash. Life as a single parent and homeowner felt like juggling chainsaws. I was handy with tools from my days as a factory supervisor, but HOA rules? Those were Susan's territory. Every month, violation notices piled up like bad news. Lawn edging non-compliant by 1 inch. Unauthorized garden plants. Citing color variants. Each one threatened $500 daily fines, enough to sink a guy on a fixed income. That's when Karen showed up at my door, all polished smiles and fresh-baked apple pie, clipboard in hand. "Mr. Thompson," she said, her voice laced with that fake empathy folks use at funerals. "I've seen how tough it's been since Susan passed. These rules can be a nightmare for someone in your position. I should have spotted the condescension, but grief clouds your judgment." She positioned herself as my savior, offering a pre-compliance check to avoid penalties. All I needed was to sign a form granting her access. Pen in hand, I was about to do it when my son Daniel walked in, still in his fatigues from the VA clinic. Daniel's eyes narrowed like he was scanning a battlefield. "Dad, hold off on that paperwork." He took the form, reading it with the precision of a Marine sergeant. "This gives her unlimited entry to our property. Ma'am, cite the code requiring this." Karen stammered, her charm cracking. When Daniel offered to call City Hall, she backpedaled fast, playing the hurt volunteer. But as she left, she made a heated phone call from her luxury sedan. Daniel pulled me aside. "Dad, she's not helping. She's casing the place. We need to watch her." The next day, a real city inspector arrived for a routine check Karen had scheduled. It seemed legit until she volunteered to hold my keys while I showed him the basement wiring. Later, Daniel's hidden cameras revealed the truth. Karen pressing my keys into clay hidden in her clipboard. She'd done this before, smooth, practiced. 2 days later, I noticed things off. Tools shifted, papers rifled. Cameras caught her midday intrusion, loosening banisters, staging hazards, snapping photos for fake violations. Daniel dove into records. Karen's home faced foreclosure in 19 days, with $127,000 in hospital bills from supposed treatments and a fresh divorce over financial scams. Our corner lot, worth $350,000, was her ticket out, force us to sell cheap, flip it for profit. It was sociopathic genius. We issued a no trespass order, changed locks, and documented everything. Karen responded with rage. "This is harassment. I have emergency rights." The inspector called later, warning her questions about my schedule screamed red flags. Karen escalated online, posting doctored photos of damage from my unstable veteran son, exploiting her cancer battle for sympathy. Neighbors piled on, stirring debates about veteran mental health and HOA overreach. Was she a victim or villain? Daniel countered with facts, footage of her break-ins, forged papers with her sloppy signature, wrong middle initial James, not John. Other victims emerged, the Smiths, driven to bankruptcy, the DeVises, fighting fake fines, the Wilsons, targeted in a phony meter check. Karen preyed on military families, researching disabilities for leverage. It sparked heated arguments. How far should HOAs go? Was her desperation an excuse? Her nephew Alex, a broke college kid, got roped in with tales of his dying aunt versus a dangerous vet. She handed him drugs to plant in Daniel's gear, forging docs for a PTSD drug frame-up. But Alex, sensing the evil, recorded her. Plant this to ruin his career before the meeting. He reached out to Daniel via a vet's forum, terrified but righteous. Karen's deadline loomed. Her auction in a week. Nothing to lose made her lethal. She filed a fake police report on Daniel's threats, but his unedited audio exposed her edits. Cops investigated, uncovering her pattern. Veterans rallied at our HOA meeting, 20 in uniform backing Daniel. Attack one, attack us all. Footage of Karen's car meltdown circulated screaming entitlement, faking illness, treatment done months ago. Debates raged. Was sympathy weaponized? How do we spot predators? The climax hit at 2:47 a.m. Karen and Alex broke in via garage window, bags of meth, stolen medals, fake DA papers. Daniel, in tactical gear with night vision, waited. Lights flared. You're trespassing. Karen dropped everything. Alex confessed on camera. Police swarmed, inventorying her arsenal. Her screams of betrayal at Alex sealed it federal charges for conspiracy against vets. The community meeting drew 73+ news crews. Daniel presented the timeline, videos, recordings, victim testimonies. The inspector exposed her probing questions. Her fake cancer? A scam for donations. Board ousted her, voided fines, enacted Thompson rules for transparency. Via video from jail, Karen sobbed self-pity. I needed the money that house should have saved me. No remorse, just blame. Federal trial crushed her. 8 felonies, for years prison, 5 probation, $112,000 restitution, HOA ban, public apologies. I bought her foreclosed home $4,185,000 irony, sweet turning it into Daniel's office for fraud victims. Our neighborhood boomed 18%, with gardens and vet events fostering unity. 2 years on, Karen bags groceries, a shadow of her former self. Daniel's network shields families. He's a DA advocate. I learned strength in seeking help. Karen's plot united us, proving justice rebuilds. What do you think about violence and injustice in everyday life? Share your stance in the comments. Have you faced similar battles? Let's discuss how we stand against it.